Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
And I just have to thank Dallas Braden. I got to thank the guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because if not for your sick, twisted addiction, I wouldn't be sitting here one jersey richer.
Oh,
thanks
God,
to Eric Hosmer's Royals.
How'd it
losing
feel?
the first two. Oh,
how'd it feel? How'd it feel?
Formality.
How'd it feel?
It was,
Say it
it was
slow.
a,
Say it slow.
it was just a formality, Dallas. I know, like the rush of you winning. Like, what? I don't know. When's the last time you won a jersey bet? Have you won?
Did you try it on? Did you try it on? Have you tried it on?
I haven't received it yet. It's kind of a trend recently. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the powder blue Royals jersey.
Ooh,
World Series gold trim. The 15 patch. Yeah, I'll put that right up in my closet next to my mesh black Reds Ken Griffey Jr. jersey. My red mesh Randy Johnson Montreal Expos jersey. I got a couple of good ones, but that one's gonna be real special to add to the collection. You know, it's always special when you get to add a jersey that's from the player himself. It's like, if I'll say, like, I'm obviously gonna beat Dallas again at some point for a jersey bet.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I wanted to actually have him pay for one. You know, I feel like he could just easily call up like a clubby and be like, "Hey, can you fucking make me a Dallas Braden jersey? I gotta send it to
Oh, it's my fault.
No. Like, I appreciate the connections that you have, but like, if I'm gonna beat you, I want to hurt you. I don't want you to just make a phone call, because every time I lose a jersey bet, I have to go on the website and buy it. I can't just call someone up and be like, "Hey, my buddy wants your jersey." Like, excuse me, not Oakland. Hey, A's clubby, can you fucking stitch together a 51 for me? Yeah. So the next time, I'm sure there'll be plenty of jersey bets during the postseason streams, which, Dallas, I hope you can make it out for these. I hope you can make it out for these, because we've already started, and I mean already as in 37 minutes ago, we've already started the construction on some of the things that we're gonna be doing to the room that we're doing streams in. It's gonna be different this year. It's gonna be unlike anything that you've ever seen before for any live stream. So
I think we should take things one step further. I know that there's there's a possibility of a wheel of what we'll call the Milky Wheel.
Let's guarantee the wheel. The wheel's happening.
Okay, well, is there any way that we can actually, I don't know, get a wheel in there that we can attach Milky to?
Ooh, I like that idea. What if he's just, if his head is where it lands on, then he is the wheel?
Yeah, I mean, he's like, you know, like a big giant. I don't want to call it a wheel of death. I feel like that comes along with some negative connotations. Yeah. Like, I just feel like, you know, a wheel of Milky. You know, the Milky
wheel of Milky.
Instead of the Milky Way, it's the Milky Wheel.
Yeah, the Milky Wheel.
Yeah, he just gets on that thing, right? And it's feet, hands spread out. And yeah, I feel like it's, and you know, obviously little sections, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I love the idea. I don't know how we get it in the house. It obviously have to be in pieces, but
yeah, something that you put together, no problem.
Yeah, if there's a wheel, there's a way. You know what I'm saying, Dal?
Where there's a wheel, there's a way.
Yeah, yeah. So I like the idea. I like it a lot. Let's look into that. Let's have our people, aka Jayhay, look into that. Yeah, he'll find us a financially responsible wheel that you can attach a human being to.
Yeah, sturdy construction, no doubt.
Yeah,
what we're looking for.
Yeah. Speaking of constructing things, though, I gotta put together a pick'em. It's been a little while. The people are itching for my picks, Jayhay. It's kind of like it's a compliment. Like, every morning, if I just can't get to it, I do feel like I'm letting the people down if I don't give them a pick'em. But you got to leave the people wanting more. You know, like, there has to be. You ever go to a concert and everyone is expecting an encore, and then the band just doesn't come back out? You know, like that's sometimes that's what I do. You know, you're coming to the Rocket concert, and sometimes you're just like, Rocket, rocket, rocket. And then we just turn the lights on after 10 minutes. Like we just fool you for a little bit, you know?
It's funny you say that because that's actually exactly what was happening. I kept staring at my phone after saying Pick'em's anyone and saying rocket, 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 like deep into the night.
Yeah.
You never came back out, but
Didn't happen. Yeah.
And then the lights.
Some would say some would call it a scheduling conflict. Some would also say it's leaving the people wanting more. It's a marketing tactic. Yeah,
I understand.
It's classic supply and demand. You know, and these picks are in demand these days. I get it.
I say today, let's make it a supply.
Let's make it supply today. Today feels like a supply
Wednesday.
day. Yeah. Supply the people with the picks on the Underdog Fantasy app, the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting my picks. You know, it's that simple. Dallas, you put a pick'em out there today?
Today? Probably yes, today.
Okay.
Yeah, not yesterday.
All right, not yesterday, but today is a supply day, as we call it in the biz. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. I thought our little content day with Eric Hosmer went fantastic. I thought him coming to the house and embracing Justin Havens as his counterpart, the aspect of Dallas the pitcher, Hosmer the hitter, the fact that you had World Series champion Hosmer, World Series champion Carabas, like all the dynamics just worked. It all just like he had a connection with all of us. He could relate to us on many different levels. We did also go to Fenway Park that night. The vlog, I don't know when the vlog's dropping, but Mikey got a lot of footage. So I asked him, I was like, is this going to be like a 12-minute piece? It could be closer to 20 with all the stuff that we were able to record. So that'll be exciting. Be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I think overall, I thought it went really well. And I think, is he locked in for some streams too?
Yeah, I don't have the inside details exactly on his contract, but I think we're going to be seeing more of him. Yeah, including the postseason stream, as far as I know, that we are talking about just now with DB. Yeah, I mean that could be DB, Haas, same room, postseason stream, Milky Wheel, like that's crazy.
Milky.
Like I'm looking at it now. It looks like there's a lot of like custom Johnnies in here. Like
custom wheels?
Yeah, like this, like I'm seeing a lot of like human like hamster wheels. That's not what we want. We don't need Milky like generating electricity for us during the stream. Like,
now that we're talking about it, maybe we do.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. How bad do you want to see this ninth inning? Get fucking running. Get going.
Yeah. I guess
tired in the eighth. That's what they'll call the stream.
If that is like the best we can do is a human hamster wheel, I feel like, I don't know, we make it work, but like,
no, we're looking for a human wheel of death.
A human wheel of death.
I feel like that's just the easiest way to describe it. But yeah,
sure.
I mean, you get the picture.
Yeah, no, I read you loud and clear.
Unless the hamster wheel can be tied to some sort of lotto ball generation, where he's running around and he spits out the lotto ball, and that's tied to, somebody doing something. We need there to be an interactive element to it. It can't just be, Milky literally running on a wheel for no reason.
See, this could be now you got my brain going. What if we got like an inflatable pool and we put lotto balls in there and Milky's just in the ball pit and every ball is numbered and we just have a sheet of things that, hey, like when he goes down there and picks out a ball, oh, it's 77. What, like, whose turn is it? Oh, it's Coley's turn. 77 means you gotta go ask my neighbor to slow dance in the front yard. Like that you could have a whole, because a wheel is gonna have what, 12, 15 options.
Yeah.
We could
You can
have
slice this pie however you like.
Yeah, we could have a manifesto. We could have 1,000 options and just have Milky inside the ball pit of lotto balls.
And does he stay?
Are we going
in
to fill
the
that
pool
ball pit up with chocolate milk?
Yeah, we could if you want to. Yeah, like that. That's how you figure out what number it is. The ball's covered in chocolate syrup, and he has to lick it off to find out what
God.
Dallas's fate is.
We're starting to turn this into a pay-per-view here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I used to try to watch shit like this, like on the channels that I didn't
Howard Stern
get
show.
Fuzzy and
Yeah. Yeah. Don't get me going. Don't get me thinking about this stuff. Then next thing you know, it's gonna take a turn. It's gonna take a turn that you don't want it to take.
Could you imagine somebody's mother walking in on this? Like there's a group of 14, 15-year-old guys that are hanging out and they're watching. Mom, want to have the boys over to watch some baseball. Mom walks in with the fucking Uncrustables, and on this video, there's just
a shirtless Milky licking chocolate balls
guy, bobbing for fucking bingo balls in a kitty tub full of chocolate milk. What the hell are we doing?
That's baseball.
Playoff
Baby.
baseball.
I mean, we're
really
breaking
changed,
stream
man.
records, I think, is what we're doing. If that's what's happening.
Yeah,
We got to think big.
Postseason, Mom.
We got to think big. So if you have any suggestions and you want to send them in, please do. I try to look at all my Twitter replies. Send them to me, to Jayhay, to Dallas. Don't send them to Dallas. He's more of like, so they'll go through a filter that your idea will not come back to us as it was presented to Dallas. So don't send them to Dallas.
That's not
he's
entirely
like,
true.
It is. He's an evil genius. Like, you'll send him an idea and then he'll tinker with it until it was completely different and more sinister, which could be a good thing. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
So I guess we'll see. How about them Brewers, huh? Milwaukee Brewers. They have just completed the best 60-game stretch in the history of their franchise.
Well, it's about to be the best 70-game stretch, Jared. If they keep playing the way they are. I mean, is it a foregone conclusion? They're going to be the first team to 70 wins.
It would, yeah. I mean, I would say that they're chugging right along to be able to do that. But Sarah Langs was the one, of course. Of course, it was Sarah Langs. Had the statistic. The Brewers are 44-16 in their last 60 games. That is the best 60-game stretch, any sample you want to dice up, in Brewers franchise history. They have a 69-44 record coming into today, going for a sweep of the Braves. Yeah, I mean,
so what's the date? Since when?
I don't know what the date is, but it's just 60-game stretch.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It's May 25th. Sorry.
Since May 25th.
Yep.
Yeah. Who's going to stop them? 69 wins. Who else is even fucking close? Tigers are at 66. The Jays are at 67.
They're 3 games ahead of the Blue Jays and 4 games ahead of the rest of the NL.
Yeah, see, that's what the Red Sox are only a half game back of the Astros. Love that. But yeah, as far as win total goes,
well, how about
they are?
I mean, only the Blue Jays are really like within shouting distance of what the Brewers have done over those 60 games since May 25th. The Blue Jays are 42-22. The Brewers are 44-16. No other team in baseball has more than 37 wins outside of those two teams. So they're the only two teams with 40 wins or 40 plus wins. The Brewers with 44, with a run differential of 132 during that time for the Brewers. The Blue Jays run differential, a plus 60. Believe it or not, the Rangers actually have the second best run differential during that time at
I believe
83.
That's I said I believe that. That's like half of that is just Nathan Eovaldi going out there and shoving. Like, of course you're going to have a great run differential every time. We'll get to the Rangers and Nate. But are the Brewers the best team in baseball? I feel like I've asked you guys that question before, and it's not like it wasn't a no. It was kind of like well, we could have a conversation about several teams. Can we have a conversation about several teams now? Like, if you have the best record and the best run differential, like, aren't you the best team? Like, what's stopping you? Is it really just like it can't be the Brewers because they're a middle market or a small market, or like they're the Brewers? They weren't supposed to be here. It's like, well, they are here. So
I think the question is just, I think what creates a balk is people are wondering how real the contributors during this stretch in the lineup are. So like, how much can we depend on the group of guys that are contributing at a high level? How much can we count on those guys to be here a month from now? And when I say be here, I mean playing this way or even a shade of what you're getting over this like last 2-week stretch or so. 3 weeks. I mean, we're talking about what the record is since the end of May. But what I'm getting at is the sustained success that you're having over the last like 2+ weeks or so. Is that what I have to believe that that's what you're considering when it comes to, can I depend on these individuals? Like, is Isaac Collins going to continue to do what he's doing right now? Is that something that we can depend on? Is Andrew Vaughn, who's hitting over 400 right now, right? Like, is that,
he's been great since
that's
coming
sustainable?
Over. Yeah. All right. So let me ask you guys this question. Can you be the best team in baseball if you're not in the conversation for the most talented team in baseball? Like, do you have to have that distinction? Yes. Okay.
No.
All right. So then if I ask you the question, are the Brewers the best team in baseball? Why would anyone answer no?
Well, I think I just kind of laid out the reason behind why I believe that
sustainability.
Could be the case. Sustainability. And
we're almost in the second week of August.
Buddy, I'm
not much season left. You. Yeah.
There's 40 fucking games left, right? Or whatever. 60 game, 50 something, whatever.
Something like that.
40, 50, 60, 70, 80 games. Whatever it is.
Yeah, a month and change.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let me answer it this way. I think this year in particular, with the way Major League Baseball is and the way that we've all acknowledged it is, I think is X team the best team in baseball has so far this year been like almost like a self-defeating conversation, because like at any given time, there's been a different team that's had the best record. And you're like, you almost feel pressure. I feel pressure to be like, acknowledge this team as the best team in baseball, because on this date, when we're recording, not you saying this, but just people, that they are the best team and they should be acknowledged as the best team. I think it is totally viable if anybody wants to make the case that they are the best team, that they will continue to be the best team. And I think what gets lost in the sauce a little bit in the, is this guy going to continue his production? Is this lack of talent, quote unquote, relative to some of the best teams going to sustain? Is the fact that, some of the offensive contributors are not star level players, but this is a elite base running team. This is an elite defensive team. And we've already established what they're doing on the starting pitching and pitching side overall. Doesn't need to be reiterated there. So like, if the offense is even, I think, average, we're looking at a team that, to me, I think you can make as strong of a case as a World Series contender as any other individual team in baseball right now, because all of those other pillars about this team are so strong, have proven out to be so strong, and there's nothing about those performances when you look at the players that are driving it that would render those not sustainable moving forward.
So I had this take a month ago-ish. I'm dying to see a Brewers Cubs NLCS, and for a multitude of reasons. The first being, I think that these are the two best teams in the National League, that at least from a performance standpoint, and the geographical location. I'm sure, if you're a fan, then you obviously know this, but for anyone that doesn't understand this, it's a car ride. There's going to be it's going to have like World Baseball Classic vibes, you know, like there's going to be a large contingency of both fan bases represented at these games. So I think that the environment is going to be insane, because you think of it as the Cubs have always been Big Brother, and Cubs fans would always go to Milwaukee and fill up their ballpark because the Milwaukee Brewers, they didn't have the team to go toe to toe with the Cubs. The Cubs are, you know, look at the number of fans that showed up to the Cubs World Series parade. It was millions upon millions. And I'm not saying that the Cubs, that the Brewers don't have millions of fans, but for a long period of time, the Cubs fan base was overwhelming. But now the Brewers, if we're having a conversation about the Brewers being the best team in baseball, I would love to see those two teams go head to head, because we're not just talking about a great NLCS matchup, but if the Brewers are not the best team in baseball performance-wise, couldn't we have the argument that the Cubs would be the team? Like, we're talking about Dallas's point of sustainability. Like, who is in a better position to sustain and overtake the best team in baseball moniker? Wouldn't it be the Cubs?
To me, like, I think the panic meter should be really high from the Cubs perspective, or if you're a Cubs supporter. And I picked them to win the division. I think I was very confident about how that looked, but I think, like, when you stack these two teams up right now, if I'm a Cubs fan or running the Cubs, I don't feel good about my ability to track this team down. I actually don't. And I think, like, the issues with the Cubs offense, basically like wilting at the exact same time, all of the most important players hitting like shit over the last week, 3 weeks, like basically universally, like, I think has exposed something with the Cubs that that doesn't exist with the Brewers, which is that I think you can make the case that the Brewers are better than the Cubs on the pitching side. I don't think that case is hard to make at all.
No.
They're a better base running team. That's probably close, but I think they're a better base running team, and they're a better defensive team as well at this point. So, like, what are you left with? That the Cubs is a more impactful offense, a more star-laden offense, but I also think it's one that, like, if you look at what's happening with those people individually right now, you're like, how afraid am I really of taking on this offense in a postseason series when I can prepare for them with the way that Pete Crow Armstrong can be pitched to, with the way that Suzuki can be pitched to, and with the way that Kyle Tucker frankly doesn't look very good right now.
I think the Cubs at this point right now, and I mean, what are they separated in division by? They're chasing 4. They're chasing 4. Is it safe to say that the Cubs are probably more likely to take the Cubs' chances, and I'm sure we can look this up, the Cubs' chances to win the not the World Series, but the Cubs' chances to win the division are probably today what the Brewers' chances are to win the division, and the Cubs' chances of winning the wild card are probably what the Brewers' chances are of winning the division. Does that make sense?
That's the Brewers' chances of winning the World Series 6.3%. The Cubs 5.9%. To win the division, the Brewers 67.8%. Cubs 31.8%.
And so what I'm getting at is what is the Cubs likelihood to 64. Make a wild card? 60. So that's what I was saying is
and
whatever the Brewers' chances to win the division are.
It's
that is probably what the Cubs' chances. Yes.
Yep.
They net out to basically the same likelihood of making the postseason. It's their division odds have flipped over the last month. Yes.
In what role? And that's what I was getting at, is because now if you're the Cubs, you're looking at, okay, well, is chasing the Brewers down? Is that a likely scenario, or are we already now just sort of focused on, whether it's the Phillies or the Mets out of the East, whether it's the Padres or the Giants? I mean, we can throw the Dodgers in that conversation if you want to. I think we all feel like they'll probably end up winning that division. I mean, they probably have the best odds to win that division, even though there's only a 3-game separation, right? The Dodgers.
I want to go back to what Jared said at the beginning about the little brother, big market, small market thing, historical presence and all of that. Like, I do think this is, if you're a Brewers fan rooting and still thinking like that, or rooting to put that sort of mentality behind you. Like, you have a prime opportunity to do some, I think, pretty significant damage to the Cubs fan base and Cubs fans, like, or the team in general this season, because like not winning the division and flushing out in the wild card round for the Cubs, I think would be considered an absolute disaster season by the fan base. And this would be the third straight and fourth time in 5 seasons that the Brewers have won the NL Central. Like, we're getting to a point where, like, yeah, one of the teams plays in Chicago and one of them plays in Milwaukee, but like, what's separating the big brother, little brother thing? Like, just simply a World Series victory for the Brewers, just getting over that like achievement hump, because there's nothing in the evidence or data that suggests that A, this team isn't going to run out there every year and be as good as the Cubs. If the Cubs are going to behave as the sort of team that they've behaved in terms of flexing their financial might, like, I think we overstate that difference and understate the difference between, you know, the developmental and deployment machines going on in the respective places.
I
just want to see it real bad. It
would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and don't forget the storyline. I mean, that'll persist, like the council.
Oh yeah.
That'll always be something that pops up. That'll always be another like peripheral storyline that you can latch onto and sink your teeth into at any point in time, whether he's winning games or has lost ball games. You can point to that as well.
I think Jared's right that that's the single most compelling series possible. Sorry, what?
I was right.
Oh, yeah. Hit the music if you want. But
no, that's fine.
But it reminds me that, like, in the NL, with the way things are shaping up, like, almost every possible postseason matchup could be fucking awesome. Like,
oh yeah.
So Cubs, Brewers, Dodgers, Padres, Phillies, and Mets are the main team. Okay, give me, like, throw those teams in a hat and give me fucking any of that. You know what I mean?
Any of it.
Yeah, that just has me excited all over again for the NL postseason picture. But yeah, Cubs Brewers would be disgusting. We'd have to, man, that would be cool to get. I guess we couldn't necessarily, but that would be awesome to get out there for and just bop back and forth between the two locations.
There should be like a function on MLB.com, like if the playoffs started today, like you should be able to like check that to be like, oh, what are the fucking matchups?
Like generate a bracket for you and show you.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. So like what? 6 plays 3, 5 plays 4. Whatever, dude. It's too much math. That's my campaign. Take math out of baseball, brother. Whatever happened.
1 6 2 5 3 4.
Whatever, dude. You mentioned the Texas Rangers and Nathan Eovaldi. Nathan Eovaldi.
My God.
Jayhay, before I get into it and ruin anything, do you have Nathan Eovaldi Nuggs in your award-winning segment?
I do, actually. Yes. Do you want me to just give them to you now?
Well, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Nathan Eovaldi has recorded a victory in 6 straight starts.
Okay.
The franchise record is 8 straight starts. Who is he chasing?
Is this a trivia question or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 8 straight wins, Rangers starting pitcher.
Yeah. Franchise record.
Rick Helling.
No, unfortunately, that's not the correct.
Colby Lewis.
Yeah, I wish it was Colby Lewis. It unfortunately is not. This man played 20 big league seasons, 12 of them for the Texas Rangers.
Al Leiter.
Did Al Leiter play for the Rangers?
Or not Al, Kenny Rogers. That's who
Kenny Rogers is correct.
Not Al Leiter, Kenny Rogers, that other left-hander.
The other lefty.
Yeah.
The other stock white guy.
I knew you had gotten it. Like, it's weird just, like understanding Dallas brain, but I knew that you had got it when you said Al Leiter. I knew that that's not what you meant. Yes, he's chasing down the franchise record for most consecutive starts with a victory, and it's 1 earned run over his last 20 innings.
Dominant.
Yeah.
Not an all-star.
Yeah. What? Because he spent like, how long did he spend on the IL? Whatever.
That's fine. It's just gonna
egregiously.
It's not a real thing to mock, but it's going to be funny to look back on when he finishes the season with like a 1.7 ERA, and it wasn't
crazy, dude. 111 innings. It's a 1.38 ERA. He's punched out 111 batters. Exactly, one strikeout per inning is Nathan Eovaldi this year, and he shoved it up the Yankees' ass last night. I'm sure that you know what? If I'm a Yankee fan, I'm probably not seeking out baseball content today or maybe for the rest of the year. But I'm not making this a anti-Yankees thing. He's been doing this to everybody, Nathan Eovaldi.
To everybody.
It's crazy, man. He's 35 years old. This is a dude that you have to remember, a journeyman. This was not someone that signed, like, you know, had his 6 years with the same team and then was highly sought after in free agency and signed the big money, you know, $300 million contract. No, like he was a journeyman starting pitcher for the first, 739 innings of his career, had a 4.21 ERA between 3 different organizations before he ended up with the Red Sox. Yep, he had the injury. He missed the entire 2017 season, and then came back with Tampa in 2018, was traded to the Boston Red Sox, and I will say, that's where everything changed, Dallas. That's where everything changed. He became a postseason. But first, he became a postseason legend, and we thought, like, oh, you know, journeyman starter, had a great postseason, and he'll always be known for this 2018 postseason run, but he played well over his head. Well, no, he didn't. No, he didn't, because in 2021, as a 31-year-old, he made the All-Star team for the very first time. He made all 32 of his starts. He led the league in FIP. He led the league in walks per 9. It was a 3.75 ERA, 182 and a third innings with 195 punchouts. And he found his home. And it always happens that way. You come to Boston and then tale as old as time. Adrian Beltre. You go to Boston, then you become a legend with the Texas Rangers. Here he is doing his thing. Won the World Series with Texas. And this year, he's having by far the best year of his career. It's crazy. Like that 2021 season that I just mentioned, he had a 4.3 wins above replacement. He's already there. He's already at 4.3 this year. So he is having the best season of his career. We're watching it.
He's a great example of what happens when you're a strike thrower, like a consistent strike thrower. There's a lot of different ways that we could go and break down his success. I think one of the, I don't want to say easiest, but like if you're looking for a Cliff's Notes version on why Nathan Eovaldi is as dominant as he has ever been right now, I think it is simply a matter of getting ahead and just filling up the strike zone. I mean, you can expand on it like, you know, 01 to 02. You can expand on, you know, being able to dominate the 1-1 conversion count that I talk about all the time. What do the plate appearances look like once we get to 2 strikes? Are those becoming outs? Yes, at a ridiculous clip. So for me, I think it's just as simple as this is what happens, kids, when we throw strikes. This is what happens when you are constantly around the strike zone. Now, does it help that he has electric shit? Yeah. Yes, that's why it's quite frankly as dominant as it is, because it is the type of stuff. And you couple, as we always say, you couple the stuff with execution, and this is the kind of shit that the computer pumps out. This is what's on the paper. Yep, looks like utter dominance here. If you've got mid to upper 9s with a devastating split and you can spin the baseball and you throw strikes, well, you're going to dominate. And that's what Eovaldi has done. Pure and utter domination. Just to throw some context to it. 01 counts that become 02 counts, 59% for Eovaldi. Big league average, 51%. Dominating the 1-1 count, turning them into 1-2 counts. He does that 64% of the time. On average, that happens 57% of the time in the big leagues. Strikes with his off-speed pitches, 65% strikes with off speed. Big league average, 61%. 2 strike plate appearances becoming outs. So it's one thing to get to 2 strikes. Can you wipe these motherfuckers off the planet? Well, he's doing so. 79% of the time, 2 strike plate appearances become outs for Eovaldi. Like, it's just, again, throw strikes, get outs. Throw strikes, get outs. It's that easy. Not telling you it's easy, but the formula is that easy if you're Nathan Eovaldi. And I think the other thing, it's always interesting to look at what guys are doing when they're able to get ahead like this, because it just tells the story. It preaches the gospel of getting ahead. And okay, well, what happens when you fall behind? Well, 62% of the time in counts where he does not have leverage, he's still getting the outs. So 2-0, 2-1, 3-ball counts. He's getting outs in those counts 62% of the time, where on average in the big leagues, it happens 52% of the time. These are things that are elite. He's executing at an elite level, not just kind of good. This is elite shit.
Jayhay, your thoughts on Nate?
Yeah, I mean, subjectively, I think it's just awesome when pitchers just find a new life, a new gear at the end of their careers. I think it's a part of baseball that is unique to the sport. Like, people can carve out roles as they get, very old in their mid to late 30s in other sports, certainly. And, football and quarterbacking is kind of its own thing. But the way that pitchers, if they can, are able to evolve over time, I just think is one of the coolest journeys to watch. And you guys laid out kind of, what the background on Eovaldi was, or his journey. So I won't belabor that, but that we're seeing a career best year in his age 35, I think is awesome. And, I can drop the Nuggs now, I can drop the Nuggs later, but the context is that it is historically extremely rare what he is doing, putting up an ERA this low through this many starts in a given season, to the point where, he's on the shortest of short lists for pitchers to do this. And I think, I know everybody has packed up the Cy Young Award and said it is Skubal's, and I'm not going to sit here and advocate that it's not Skubal's this year. I'm not prepared to do that and don't intend to do it, really. But I do feel like if Eovaldi continues the quality element that he's delivering to the extreme that he is, it's going to be a very interesting end of season Cy Young conversation if the gap between them is 3/4 of a run in ERA, but the innings pitched gap is 30 to 40 innings, because it's 29 right now. So I don't know, that's for another day, but I think that could be really, really interesting. A 1.38 ERA.
This is like, what year was that? 2005 when Clemens had like the sub-2 and lost the Cy Young. Only he was 10 years older than Nate at this point, but
well, and that's one of the years that, if you look at ERAs this low through this many starts, Clemens 05 is one of the seasons that comes up.
There you go. That was 05?
I think we're talking about the same year. Yeah, in 2005, he finished third in the Cy Young despite a MLB leading 1.87 ERA. Yeah.
But then he won it the next year when he was worse?
No, he'd won it the year before.
The year before when he was worse.
And that's probably, I don't quite understand that one, but I think we've actually broken down this one in an off-season pod, but that was Chris Carpenter, Don Trell, and Roger Clemens was the order of that finish.
Yeah, there were a few that you broke into, and it ended up being like Clemens should have won, but he didn't. Imagine he's got like 9,
like 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Don Trell mania. That was it. That was the Don
which
Trell
is still
season.
Running wild in some places.
Oh yeah.
Like,
but we're all still big fans.
Saugus. Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if I could like really celebrate Dontrell. Like if I could just really get into it and be like, I'm a Dontrell Willis guy. Like if I had the ability to
if you could show it,
display it.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to say anything. People would just look at me and they'd be like, wow, that guy loves Dontrell.
So some would say, Jared, if you're really a fan, you would wear your fandom on your sleeve.
Right.
Yet
Correct.
to do that. Yet to see it.
Yeah. When we were at the old place, I did make Dontrell Willis t-shirts there.
Oh, well, see, look, you're not far off. Go get them. Oh, you've shown initiative before.
Didn't you say you had to go? Are you leaving? Or?
Soon. Yeah, I pushed it back. Yeah,
okay.
I just wanted to make sure that we got to the most important note of the day.
Yeah, Garrett Crochet.
No, close.
Oh,
close. Yeah, because he's good. He is really good. Garrett Crochet confirmed animal.
Yeah. Well, JP Sears getting optioned.
No, that sucked too.
Oh.
That was unfortunate to hear. Just like watching Mason Miller give up the homer was unfortunate to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are all. But you know what, Jared? Those are all stories that take a back seat these days for me.
Yeah, what's that?
Speaking of back,
Shea BANGeliers.
Yeah, go ahead. Would you like to?
No, I'm good. If you want me to pull up the audio, I can. I would love to.
Oh, please give it to me. Give it to the people.
Which one?
Pick one. They're all great.
Yeah, I mean, there's some in the water in Sacramento, and it's probably asbestos, but I think there's also something that helps the homers, and here it is.
Battery mate helping him out a bunch tonight. This one in the air from Shea to center field. Going back is Jacob Young at another. A 3-homer game for BANGeliers, and we're not even in Texas. That's where those typically happen.
What an incredible display at the top of the lineup for Shea BANGeliers.
BANGeliers. Yeah, how was getting to see another 3+ homer night for someone on the A's? How's that?
It was fantastic, and the reason it's so cool is because what's that?
You bored of it?
No, God, no. Are you kidding me? Not at all. I mean, watching this happen has been. I mean, look, the 4-game set in Houston that we swept, probably the highlight of the season. Shit like this just adds to it. Just simply adds to it, and it's cool because this comes for BANGeliers' first time in the leadoff spot. And there's some context to that. Andujar, who had just batted leadoff for the first time in his career, also hit a leadoff bomb. And that promptly sent him on his way. But for Shea BANGeliers, joins Cal Raleigh, Mike Piazza, Earl Williams, and Rudy York as the only catchers to hit 20+ homers 3 times in their first 4 seasons. He is also the first catcher since Travis d'Arnaud in 2019 with 3 homers out of the leadoff spot. And Mark Kotze joked about, BANGeliers hitting leadoff against the lefty. He got good numbers against the lefties, hitting over 400 coming into the ball game. And, Kotze was like, realistically, leadoff hitter leads off once a game? And then you fast forward to the game, Shea BANGeliers with 5 hits led off the inning 4 times and hit a fucking bomb in 3 of those. It was beautiful how it worked out. So very, very fun to watch Shea BANGeliers swing the bat the way he has. I mean, since July 18th, he's the best hitter in baseball. 435 average, 10 home runs. That's pacing Kyle Schwarber over that stretch. So to watch Shea come into the power stroke again at this time of year, lovely.
Jayhay, do you remember when Dallas used to make fun of me for picking out arbitrary points in the season and being like, since this date, like, and now look at him. Now that he's a broadcaster and he's seeing the light on like why I've been doing that the whole time. It's just good. It's good to see you come around, from mocking the arbitrary date to embracing it. This is big. It's called growth, Dallas. This is big. Yeah.
No, that's just that's statistical support, not for my own narrative, but just to contextualize the occurrence. There's a difference, I think, between, oh, here's my narrative. Is it, kind of like a Jayhay? Like you wake up and you're like, which box of cereal do I want? Do I want the F4Os or do I want the B4Os? Like, which cereal do I want here?
I don't know about that, but go ahead, Jayhay.
No, I was just going to say, I think Dallas is, another year in the booth, realizes there's a lot that needs to be said. So sometimes, they say nuggets feed families. I mean, they feed broadcast booths as well, baby, because you got to fill that airtime. And sometimes, best hitter in baseball since July 19th is what you need.
That's big time stuff. Yeah.
That's a meal, baby.
People want to know. Yeah. Yep. Also, shout out Rudy York, man. That 1943 season for the Gritty Tigs, 6.1 WAR. Guy played in 155 games. That's all they played back then, right?
Yeah, 154.
Yeah, 155.
Oh, what 155?
Yeah. He played in 155 games in 1940, 1941, 1943. 1945. Yeah, he was a 155 guy.
Posting.
Yeah, that's what he did. 34 pumps for Rudy. Led the league. Led the league in slug, 527. Led the league, 301 total bases. Third in MVP. Shout out Rudy York, man. Doesn't get enough love.
Backstops be banging.
Yeah. Who'd you rather have, Shea BANGeliers or Rudy York?
Probably going BANGeliers.
I mean, right now, for sure, BANGeliers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about since July 18th, I'm going BANGeliers.
Yeah.
I don't even see Rudy York on this fucking list since July 19th.
Wow.
Nope.
Damn. Well,
list all his own. But now I do. Now that we've gotten that in, now I do have to go.
Oh. So now, so you didn't want to stick around for the Garrett Crochet conversation?
Oh, I mean, what do you want to talk? I've got 6 minutes.
I thought it was like, I thought lefties loving lefties type deal. I thought that you were going to give him some love for what he's been doing recently, or the entire year.
Lathering the left-hander.
Yeah.
The what? Then it has been the entire year. And Jayhay started the conversation. I mean, is Garrett Crochet going to find himself in that Cy Young conversation at the very end?
He should. Yeah. The fuck.
Absolutely. And like where at in that conversation, based on the way Scooble has thrown the ball and what we have just kind of outlined with Eovaldi, is Garrett Crochet even what's his ERA at right now? Is he at 2.30 or sub
2.24?
Sub 2.5.
Leads the league in innings pitched and strikeouts and wins if you like wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am I'll be honest. I have quietly and closely been watching what Garrett Crochet is doing because of his place in the Cy Young conversation. Obviously, with where my investment is in terms of where I put my eggs in that Cy Young basket and Tarek Scooble early, very early. And chalk pick, sure, no problem with that. But Garrett Crochet has been utterly dominant. And the fact that you have Garrett Crochet doing what he's doing, and you also have Giolito doing what he's doing. I said this the other day. Being able to have that 1-2 punch right now has
Bayo
really served the rest. I mean, yeah, but I mean, like Bayo not performing near the clip that Crochet and Giolito have over their burst. Not saying that Bayo has been what as far as like over his last. I would I look at for Giolito
like pretty much. Crochet's in a class of his own. Like he's in Cy Young conversations, but like Giolito and Bayo have been. I mean, I
haven't even. I'll be honest. I didn't throw. I mean, just a surface glance at what Bayo has done.
Like low threes.
Okay, low threes, but where's Giolito? Giolito's like low twos, right?
No, he's like mid threes. Bayo's been better than Giolito. Giolito had a stretch of like 6 starts where he had like an 0.37. But if we're talking the whole year, Bayo has better numbers.
Well, no, that's what I was talking about. Just in this burst, like in this 6-7 start run is what I was referring to specifically, not over the whole season, just in this 6-7 start.
Bale's right there. Bale's right there. Bale boys, stand up. I mean, I can pull up some numbers for you while you're yapping, but.
Well, I mean, this with what, and this is kind of just a larger, a broader point here.
He's got
Look
a 303.
At what the Tigers, 303 on the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at what the Tigers have done with Tarek Skubal leading the way. And I think what needs to be said about being able to account for a win day, which means out of your rotation, you got 5 days. Do you have days that pop up where everybody in the ballpark feels like this is a win? This is a win. What that does to the mindset of the room is it eliminates any entertaining of a extended skid. Like, we're not going to be able to work our way out of this funk. Like, that's never a thought. It's never a conversation, because you have the stopper, if you will, and that's Crochet. You have the stopper, and that's an Eovaldi. You have the stopper, that's a Skubal. Like, these are guys where the extended funks that we might find ourselves in just never start to snowball, because you have a guy like Crochet going out and doing what he is doing.
Yeah. Baseball Reference, it's on its last legs here. Like, it's so fucking slow.
It's bad right now, man.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened, but like this year in particular, it's so goddamn slow and unreliable.
I want to fucking kill it. I want to kill it.
Yeah, it's really bad.
When it's not updated during my most important window to get work done in the morning, I want to throw my computer out the window.
Yeah.
Well, because you
day.
almost wonder. Well, you wonder to yourself, like, is this just a website for like random bored people to look up baseball stats, or is there any thought that this might be like impacting the industry, and we should, I don't know, try to get it up and running like at a decent, so when we're putting shit together for a show in the morning, maybe the numbers are, I don't know, call me crazy, ready, like I know I'm bitching about shit that like, but come on.
Yeah.
Well, it's a very niche complaint, but it's still a real one.
It is.
It's
very niche.
it's a business need. Also, like, I pay for it. It's a paid subscription. I need it to be updated. Also, why are we still update? Why are websites updating overnight? It's 2025. What are we doing?
Up to real time. Real time. Shout out True Media. Real time.
Or at least something resembling real time. Like, games are over. It is updated every fucking night, overnight by 3 a.m. And it's just, we're done. Why are we doing like 11:15 in the morning? Why is it taking till 9:45? What is the process? I don't know enough about this stuff. I want to know.
This is such a niche complaint, but I'm just glad that we all have the complaint. Like, we're amongst people who understand the complaint.
It's the driving complaint of my 2025 season is that these websites have not updated on time.
If you really want to go down seriously kind of rabbit hole, look no further than Baseball Savant on their splits page not having average against the platoon. What? Make sense of that for me.
That's
splits.
That's
Quite literally
splits.
The goat.
Like,
that's what I'm after. I'm after the success rate from both sides. Split the statistics and give me the answers for lefties and righties. No average?
True Media is the GOAT of baseball statistic research. It just is. I felt
like
naked
Savant,
all year.
Please, I'm begging you, Savant. Begging you. Just throw it up there. Splits, boom, done. Lefties, righties, average, toast. You instantly. Oh God!
I saw different opponents' batting averages listed for the same person on different websites the other day, and they were all updated. What is that? Like, so I have to verify the websites against each other? That's a waste of time.
That's what it just sends you down a fucking cross-reference rabbit hole. Like, I don't want to be cross-referencing 4 different statistical sites. Like, I want to be able to
at some point we just gotta fucking pick one. Oh. It's either 280 or 281, and I'm fucking picking one, and we're going with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
If
where
we're
I
going-
got at a point. It's like you put the stat out there and someone's like, that's not correct. I'm like, well, blame this website because that's where I got it from. Like, it's not my fault because I'm not
that's
cross-checking.
So, Jared, that's the broadcaster crutch. If you really are in a pinch and you just say, according
Via
to.
Fangraphs, yeah.
There you go. According to, look, I've taken a look here, but according to, boom. All right, boys, I got to go. I really do have to go.
All right, Dallas. It's a 261 ERA over his last 12 starts, by the way, since the start of June. Brian Bayo, 261 ERA.
Bayo.
According to
Baby
Baseball
Pedro.
Reference. Yeah.
All right. I'm out.
Bye, Dallas. Now that Dallas is gone, we can talk about a big problem that he has, and that is hair loss. Big time. No one plans for hair loss, but through Hims, you can take the next step with confidence. Access treatments made with clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil to stop hair loss and regrow hair in 3 to 6 months. No waiting rooms, no hoops, just ingredients with a track record of results. Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, like chews, oral medications, serums, and sprays. Doctor-trusted, clinically proven ingredients that can stop hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself again. Hims provides expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. No hidden fees, no surprise costs, just real personalized care on your schedule. Think of Hims as your digital front door that gets you back to your old self with simple 100% online access and trusted treatments for real health concerns all in one place. For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for your hair, ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/BID. That's hims.com/BID for your free online visit. hims.com/BID. Okay. The Yankees suck, Jayhay. I guess let's make this a New York segment because the Mets also suck a little bit right now. Which team are you more concerned about? The slip sliding Mets or the probably not making the playoffs Yankees?
I think the answer has to be right now the Yankees.
Okay. Why?
I think they're in a more precarious postseason position, and that to me is the tiebreaker. I think they have, if they were to make the postseason, I think they have just as much, if not maybe more, World Series equity than the Mets do. I think it's pretty close, probably a toss-up. But I think the numbers are what they are in terms of their current path to make the postseason. And while I would still bet on them to do so, if I was going to, it's a lot more precarious than it was before. And I do think, like, if you're an optics person, then the Mets situation is kind of a version of what they've been dealing with all season. I know they've jockeyed back and forth, but they're 2.5 games back of the division. They've been something like that all season, and they're still at 89% to make the playoffs. The Yankees have fallen, I don't have to tell you this. They've obviously fallen from first to second, and now all the way to third, to the point where the stain of having the Blue Jays pass them feels like months ago, now that the Red Sox have zoomed past them and are 3.5 games ahead of them as well. And I just I know the drama with who has been blowing the games for the Yankees has been front page stuff with the new additions and demoting Jake Bird so soon after acquiring him. But I think the answer has to be the Yankees right now.
I mean, I'd love to agree with you, Jayhay. I
You don't,
really
though?
would. I think we kind of just expected the Yankees to be this bad. Like, what does Joe's
No.
have to say?
Yo, fuck this, bro. Fuck this, man. Fuck this game. Fuck this shit. I'm not doing this shit, man. Fuck this, bro. This shit is some bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
Yankee fans are not taking this well. And I love Joe's. I hate to see him like this. You know, he's watching every single game. He's streaming every single game. A guy just wants to see a win. They haven't won a game since the trade deadline, correct? They're 0-5?
Yeah, I understand that he's not happy with how things are going, and I wouldn't be either. You know, that's part of the 162 roller coaster, I guess. But
Yeah.
I feel like we get these sorts of overly dramatic, you know, yelling at the TV videos from the Yankees every year of the Boone experience. And, you know, I don't think it's related to Boone. I know some of them think otherwise, but I'm just referring it to as the Boone experience of this era of baseball. But they're, you know, up until last night, they were without their best hitter and the best pure hitter in baseball.
He's back.
He is back. Up until last night, he's back in a DH role.
The offense must have exploded last night when he came back. Yeah?
It did not explode.
What
but
happened?
sometimes these things are a slow. Well, it was Eovaldi. That's what happened, right?
I mean, they probably got like a couple runs, no?
Well, in this game,
Yeah.
no.
Not one.
Like one run?
Yeah. Did they get a run?
Like a run.
Did they
Like,
score a
let
singular run
alone-
in this game? Yeah.
Like, let alone many runs
Yeah.
that would
plural.
necessitate an entire rack.
Sure. Yep.
No, they scored 0. It was 2-0.
They didn't get any runs.
No, and they only got 2 hits, actually, too.
But Judge was back in the lineup.
Back in the lineup, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
Ooh. What did Soto do?
Juan,
Yeah.
not on the team anymore.
Oh.
No, in fact, it took all the way until the 8th and 9th hitters in the lineup before anyone got a hit. The top 7 in the
Jeez.
order. Yeah, man. The top 7 in the order were 0 for 22.
Jeez. That's bad.
Mm.
I did
Indeed.
see Stanton beat out that double play, though, in the 8th. That was a big spot. The Yankees could have put up some runs there, and Stanton had some blazing speed and beat out the double play.
No.
Oh, he
grounded
didn't
into
beat
the
that
double
out?
play. Nope.
It was a double play, you're saying?
It was a GIDP pinch hit. GIDP.
Oh. All right. So then, yeah, it sounds like it was a tough game for the Pinstripes.
It was. Yep. They dropped to 60 and 54.
Shit. Well,
And Devin
There's always
Williams,
tomorrow,
had
right?
another, kind of meltdown.
yeah, but like, it could be worse, right? You know? Like, ultimately, if you trade for one of the best relievers in the game, you'd want him to, like, at least his ERA is like sub 5.
I do think that in terms of their place in the standings, it probably can't get worse, though. Like, I do feel like the other two teams have kind of given up a little.
Mhm.
Not given up, because they're still trying to win baseball games. I shouldn't say that, but boy, would that be something if they fell behind the Rays, though.
The Orioles, like, haven't rolled over and died. Like, yes, they sold,
Yeah, they're frisky, tough
but
offense.
yeah, they can get a little frisky, them Orioles.
Yeah, and Gunners.
And Tampa's
Gunners
Tampa.
turned it
Tampa's. If you play for the Tampa Bay Rays, you're kind of like walking in being like, who gives a shit, man, right? Here, that's got to be the mentality day one. I know that they've had their success, but I don't think anyone's sitting there be like, it's World Series or bust. Like, how could you have that attitude when your ownership never spends big money?
I
Like,
don't
you gotta
think
just be like, all right, this guy's good, that guy's good. We'll see what happens. That has to be the mentality. It's not like, this is the year that we go. We've loaded up.
I do think that's an interesting thing, though, right? Where you have X percentage of the teams in the league who we all know have no fucking chance to win the World Series, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not even sure the Rays belong in that. I mean, they do now, but like, I'm not sure they even belonged in that pool of teams to start the season. They're probably too good for that. But I do wonder when you get to those teams where like everybody reaches a level of delusion in the spring where you're like, yeah, man, like, look, I look around and I just see this group of guys and it's like, I think we can do something special. Like, that level of delusion that's required to like convince teams that are like universally projected to win like 68 games. I do wonder what level of that is like, yeah, they really believe until the games start, like they have convinced themselves that they're going to be in the thick of this and can win the World Series, or if it's just kind of like the play acting that you have to go through. And maybe it depends on what point in your career. Like maybe if you're just a young, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed guy, you're just like, I'm fucking ready, man. Yeah, of course we can win the World Series. Are you kidding? We just won the championship in AAA. or whatever.
I mean, this isn't the best example of it, but the Red Sox were coming off a last place season in 2012, and then they made, they sprinkled in some talent, and they didn't have a monster offseason or anything, but it's like they brought in like Napoli and Dempster and Koji and Gomes, and they basically just added that to a shit last place team. It's like, yes, they had David Ortiz, they had John Lester, they had Dustin Pedroia. Like, there were stars there, but they contributed to a last place season the year prior. And they even said, like, in spring training, they were talking World Series. And it's like, well, why would you be talking about World Series? You guys just finished in last place. Let's focus on a winning record first.
Yeah.
But that's what they did. They're like, we're focused on the World Series right now.
And a very unique team, obviously, for what they did. And, I know the Rangers had their rapid ascension, that also was coupled, accelerated by something like $750 million in free agency spending. So there are ways to do it, but it's obviously a challenge. But yeah.
Last thing that I want to hit on, Roki Sasaki is making steps towards coming back. If you're a Dodger fan, you can't possibly be looking at Sasaki as a savior type. No, like, that's got to be like, where you aim, like, best case scenario, he slots in where in that rotation?
Oh man. Like, honestly, when I saw and read and digested the news, my thing was like, I'll see you in 2026. Like, I understand that he's pain free or whatever, and that he's taking the next steps in his rehab. But at no point when thinking about, and I might be wrong, but at no point in thinking about Roki Sasaki in preparation for this podcast did I really factor him in as a person for the Dodgers down the stretch or in the postseason. Now, given the state of things, could that prove to be wrong? Like, yes, every able-bodied person has gotten their opportunity for the Dodgers this year, but from the pitching side. But I don't know, man. When you couple the injury with how reportedly lost he was on his way over, hoping that the Dodgers could fix him, with what we saw in the limited sample, to me, it's just like if you're healthy, that's fucking fantastic. But we have so many other things we need to figure out with you as a pitcher that this is like, and I'm not exactly sure how this works in September and October, but like, you're on the side. We're working through things. You're at the, you're at the facility in Arizona, whatever it might be, if it's still operational right now or opened up. But yeah, I just don't understand how he could be a contributor.
So just to kind of like dissect that a little bit, what did you see that made you think see you in 2026? So like, Dave Roberts was very non-committal to it.
Yeah.
The gist of it is Roki Sasaki is saying, my shoulder's pain free. I would love to face live hitters as soon as possible. And then Dave Roberts was asked, is there a chance that we'll see Roki in the bullpen come postseason time? And Dave Roberts, I'm paraphrasing, but the gist of it was, we have we're going to carry 13 pitchers on the postseason roster, and we are bringing the 13 best in the organization.
Yeah.
And if he's one of those 13, when the time comes, then he'll be on the playoff roster. And if he's not, then he won't be. So, like, we're not making him any promises, and I don't think he expects any like special treatment or anything. Like, oh, I'm healthy, so I should be on the postseason roster. It's like, no, like if it makes sense, then you'll be there, and if it doesn't, then it won't. But if we're at August 6th and Roki is saying like, I have no pain in my shoulder, what to you is saying we won't see him again this year?
I mean, I think Dave Roberts' response says it all. The question was, will he have a spot in the postseason bullpen? So first of all, we're starting in the bullpen.
Yeah.
And his response couldn't have been, I mean, you said non-committal for sure. It couldn't have been any less committal. So that's the starting point that we have. To me, that's the lowest, short of saying no. That's about as low of a bar as Dave Roberts can set for his contributions, I think. And if we're talking about pain-free, like that's the headline on August 6th, to me, it's going to require the majority of the rest of the, it's going to require a significant amount of time to ramp up to like playable health, right? And then from there, we're going back to the idea that like this guy had like one of the worst walk rates in the league. He was unable to throw the ball in the strike zone consistently, command or control. There was very little. He was not getting anyone to swing outside of the zone. There was just very little about the profile that would lead you to believe, okay, he's now healthy. Now he's going to be a contributor, like, you know, like a Glasnow or something. It's like, oh, he's healthy. Well, he's also now ready to go and be awesome again. We've never seen Roki Sasaki be awesome here. And he was so lost beforehand that I just feel like there's no runway to get him to a point where he's helping them pursue a World Series or a postseason championship victory. And you know what? If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to be wrong, because I'd like to see him pitch. Like we were all very excited about it. We've all forgotten about it. And now, you know, I'd like to eventually have the payoff of that we anticipated with Roki Sasaki. And if that comes in a bullpen role in the postseason, awesome. Like, I'm not rooting against it. I just feel like the timeline is working against him, coupled with, you know, he's not coming back to participate in the Rockies' final 3 weeks of the season. You know what I mean? This is the Dodgers. There needs to be a standard of play established, and he wasn't contributing before he went down.
I think that's the larger point, is not if we'll see him, but like if he's healthy enough to get on the mound. What makes you think that he should earn a spot just because he's healthy? He might be still working through things, where if he's going out in his rehab outings and it's 3 2/3, 6 walks to 2 strikeouts with 5 earned runs, and it's like, yeah, just because you feel good after that one doesn't mean I'm itching to clear a spot in my rotation for you. Yep. So we shall see. All right, how about some award-winning Nuggs, Justin Havens?
Buddy, you've come to the right spot. All right, let's get down to it. The top, let's see. So Dallas already covered the BANGeliers notes, but I will add one to them, that he became the first catcher in Major League Baseball history to have a game featuring at least 5 total hits, with 4 of those being extra base hits and 3 of those being homers. Logan Webb is the 6th pitcher in Giants franchise history to have a start of 1 or 0 runs, 0 walks, and 10 or more strikeouts against the Pirates, joining Kevin Gausman in 21, Matt Cain in 2012, Mark Gardner in 97, Rube Marquard in 1911, and Louis Druck in 1910, of course. Tough start for Mackenzie Gore last night, unfortunately. The 2025 Nationals are the 5th NL team in the wild card era to have 2 starts in the same season featuring 12 or more hits allowed in 4 or fewer innings pitched. Gore last night and Mitchell Parker on Friday. The other teams to do that are the 05 Rockies, the 18 Braves, the 23 Reds, and also this season's Phillies. Speaking of Gore, he is the 3rd pitcher in Nationals Expos franchise history to allow 12 hits in a start of 3 or fewer innings pitched, joining Patrick Corbin in 24 and Carl Pavano in 2001. Gore has a 13.21 ERA over his last 4 starts, taking what looked like a breakout season into an ERA that's actually, more than a quarter of a run higher than it was last season. The Cubs, we talked about it recently. Get a load of this, Jared.
I'm ready.
Here are their key contributors lately. Okay. Kyle Tucker has 1 homer in his last 29 games. PCA's hitting .071 with a 205 OPS in his last 4. So obviously a small sample. Suzuki 115 with a 404 in his last 15. Bush 140 with a 432 in his last 15. Swanson 143 with a 424 in his last 10. Carson Kelly, who was one of the best hitting catchers offensively throughout the first couple months of the season, 111 with a 349 in his last 6. And Ian Happ is on an extended one, 185 with a 597 OPS in his last 36 games. So basically what is that? 3/4 of the Cubs lineup and probably 6 of the 7 most important hitters all slumping at the same time.
Who would be the guy that's important that wasn't in that group?
I guess it just kind of depends on what your definition of important is. Nico Hoerner's probably as important offensively as Dansby Swanson. I was just trying to be respectful. It's everybody important. Yeah. Yeah. We don't need to overthink it. Eovaldi. We'll end with some Eovaldi Nuggs. He joins Pedro Martinez in 2000, Roger Clemens in 05, aforementioned, and Zach Greinke in 2015 as the only pitchers in the last 50 years to have a sub 1.5 ERA through their first 19 starts of a season. The full list, MLB history, is just as good as that partial list. It includes Gaylord Perry in 1974, Vida Blue in 71, and then Tiant, Drysdale, and Bob Gibson all in 1968. So Eovaldi is on the shortest of short lists. If you like truncated runs, you brought up his 6-0 over his last 6 start stretch. He has a sub 0.50 ERA over that stretch. So I looked at AL pitchers in the live ball era, so since 1920, to have a 6 start stretch featuring 6 wins and an ERA under 0.50 within a single season. That full list is Nathan Eovaldi this year, Shohei, obviously as a pitcher, in 22, Greinke in 09, Johan in 2004, Cal Eldred in 92, and Jim Kitty Cott in 1974. And then, because we'll play to the crowd, Red Sox Nug to end it. Garrett Crochet did it again last night. He's now, again, the shortest of short lists, 13 or more wins, an ERA of 2.25 or lower, and 180 or more strikeouts through the first 23 starts of a season. Left-handed pitchers, Major League Baseball history. Crochet this year, Kershaw in 14 and 17, Randy Johnson in 2000, Vida Blue in 71, and Sandy Koufax in 1962 and 65. So
did you tweet that?
I did. I just did. No, in the middle of the pod, 21 minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're talking about where he, and that's the end of the Nuggs, but we're talking about where he will fit in the Cy Young race. And I certainly wasn't actually overlooking him when talking about Eovaldi and Skubal. I think if the vote was now, he'd finish in second place. But the fact that we're talking about a season featuring this level of quality with the level of bulk that we talked about earlier, leading the league in innings pitched, and we're saying that's currently the second favorite, or he isn't definitely going to win the Cy Young, is a testament to how tight that race could end up. So Crochet, I know the expectations were sky high starting the season, coming off the trade acquisition and then the extension. But goddamn, man, I mean, this is the 100th percentile of Garrett Crochet expectations, and it's every time out, and it's one of the great left-handed pitching seasons we've seen in AL history.
Let me close with this. A question to you, Justin Havens.
Okay.
What would Garrett Crochet have to do to earn your vote for Cy Young this year?
I don't think it's that, like, obviously continue pitching like he's pitching, but I don't think the separation is great between him and Skubal. I think it is extremely thin, and I think we're talking about, Skubal simply having 2 bad starts or 2 bad starts in 3 or something like that. I really don't think the margin's very high, because Crochet, as things stand right now, obviously this will go back and forth, but Crochet is ahead of him by about a start's worth of innings pitched. He's made 1 more start. The ERAs are a coin flip, and wins above replacement gives the edge to Skubal, but I think that is within the realm of, kind of margin for error, particularly as we get towards the end of the season. So I think, I do think, I know he's the overwhelming favorite. He deserves to be the favorite, statistically, gambling or whatever, but I think Crochet is an extremely imposing candidate for the award and will be a factor right down to the wire. And I think should be considered right now the second best candidate for sure.
Awesome. Do you have a final thought today?
I do have a final thought, but I forgot what it was.
It was about the divisions.
Yes, I see it was in the rundown. I was pulling the rundown back up because I closed it out. Yeah, I just wanted to call out. I mean, I know that MLB has worked very hard to make these races compelling and to juice up the final portion of the season. And I think in a lot of ways that has been a success. And just calling out, we have, it's August 6th. So we have something like 7 weeks left of the regular season, and 5 of the 6 divisions are within 4 games of each other, or the first separating first and second. Dodgers and Padres 3, Brewers and Cubs 4, Phillies and Mets 2.5, Astros and Mariners 3, and then obviously the Blue Jays and Red Sox 3. Tiger is the only exception there. And listen, man, if Cleveland keeps playing well, don't rule it out. But I'm just very excited for what could be not only some exciting wild card races, which I think we come to expect, but the division races always add a nice level of juice, and it looks like we may get a few of them this year.
Love that. All right. That's episode 2 of Baseball is Dead for the week. Get another one tomorrow. Be able to look towards the weekend at that point and the return of Family Feud.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Family Feud coming right back at you tomorrow on Thursday's BID. The planning for these live streams, it begins today. The brainstorming, the construction out there. Yeah. All that begins today with eyes on October. It's that time of the year. So start getting excited. Clear your schedules. We'll see you there for that. And we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Baseball is Dead. Appreciate you guys for watching and listening. We'll see you then.
We go.